didn't have much time before I got it home to do much of a walk around. For now, the ground's too soft to get it back to the shop, but so it'll sit here with the Beetle until the ground hardens up a bit. 1962 F100 wrong bed. Cool little thing with the dash. Somebody engraved the speedometer. I'm gonna do some cleaning, some rust removal on the floor pans, but they're solid. It was originally an inline 6 4-speed truck, and somebody put a manual or an automatic behind the V8. When my uncle owned this, it had an Oldsmobile V8 in it. So this is one of the rare ones that's not a unibody or a step side. The bed's a little buggered up, but all things considered, for being a 1962, it's rather solid. And a dent right there to pop out in the door. This was my uncle's truck. He owned it for longer than I've been alive. And until the ground hardens up and I can get both of them inside my shop, because I gotta go way back there through those ruts in the mud. But once this ground hardens up a bit, I'm going to take these both back and put them both in the shop at the same time. And I'll build my F100 alongside the Beetle that I'm building for my girlfriend. I think I just like rusty old trucks. '68 Chevy C20. Little given to me for the shop. Make a good old 60s sheet metal. Make a good shop truck once it's done. Might not want to slam that so hard, don't want to scratch the paint. Just got it home. Now I need to get it around back and put it next to the F100. This one's going to be fun. Little 3/4 ton. wheels on this 62 Ford are pretty well shot. I don't trust these wheel studs not to snap when I go to remove the wheels once I get it in the shop, so I come out here periodically and soak them. PB blaster. These rears are even worse than the fronts are. You can see a bunch of crap. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but a bunch of crap coming out of those lug nuts. They've been soaking on and off for a while. Still probably gonna have to heat treat them, spray down the hub too. I don't know if they're gonna be rusted to that. Spare hood for the 68 Chevy. I don't know if I'm gonna paint this one or not. It's got Bondo in the bed, nasty Bondo. Let's see where it started cracking out. That's a good. I'm back that far before I get to sheet metal. And I've got no tailgate. That one's tailgate's pretty messed up, but at least it's got one. Get in here and spray a little bit on the hinges. Just let them soak, because I'm hoping I can get this one in the shop here within the next little bit. Let me see all that crap flowing out of there. I think I'll start soaking down the Chevy's lug nuts too. Get all of those. When it comes to popping these off, the less work the better. This thing did kind of more or less sit in a swamp for some time. Surprisingly, this frame is solid. You can kind of see it where the sun's shining through up there without the bumper being on it. Grab this hinge while I'm standing right here. Just kind of soak everything in there, all the moving parts. This PB blaster's great when you can get a can of it that actually works, get all of it out of it. I've soaked the door hinges and latches on this one in lithium grease so it doesn't just seize back up once it dries, because those door hinges were stuck when I went and picked that one up from my uncle's place. And this one I just don't feel like messing around with it, because while it's not a square body, we all know those Chevy hinges. Ooh, missing a lug nut. Well, I guess as Puddin's Fab Shop would say, if 7 don't hold it, 8 never woulda. I don't know if I'm going to use these wheels on this one or not. I kind of like those white spokes on the old farm truck, but spray down these latches real quick. Just kind of, it'll help lubricate and get a lot of that crap that's been caked in there for who knows how long out of there. Yep, much better. What are these? Yeah, I'll spray down them hinges too. Just kind of get it ready for going in the shop, because hopefully I'm going to be taking the Chevy and the Ford in at the same time. And I know I'm not going to use these tires, because you can kind of, all 4 of them are all cracked out like that. I'm surprised it flat-toed as far as it did. Old rusty truck. Frame on this one's rather good. There's surprisingly a lot of body filler in it. But you can see it's kind of trying to crack out right there, but some in the door. little bit on the front fender. And these old trucks, it's just not worth the risk of having it. I'm gonna have to track down some taillights for it. Not a big deal. Probably replace them on the Ford. Suburban will go in eventually. It needs an engine and transmission just like these two. So apparently I have a bad habit of buying rollers, although this one and the Ford were both donated to me. This one by a good buddy of mine to use as a shop truck, and the Ford by my uncle when he drove it in high school. It had a V8 in it. Was originally an inline-six truck. This one I believe was a 350 truck, small block. I love this door. That latch is there, that latch is there, but it don't latch. Hose it anyways. I guess, more or less, that tape should. All it'll do is help hold it in there. But I'm not gonna mess with this door. I'll just replace it. Get some. This is dumb, but since all the interior is gonna come out anyways to be worked on, I just want that to be free. Actually, I like that that's intact on this one. Horn button. Need some steering column work, but it's not bad. No custom engraving on the gauges of this one like the Ford, which, I mean, I won't complain. This one's gonna be more class than the Ford. The Ford's more hot rod. Case in point, gotta scratch the paint. This door's all messed up. Somebody's ran self-tappers through it right there. Several of them in a row for some reason, probably trying to pull that dent, but it's probably bad door shims. That fender's a little out of alignment. It's got something used to be mounted right here, probably a CB radio antenna. I'll have to skin over that. But I'm not going to pump hundreds of thousands of dollars into either one of these trucks to make them what I want them. They're going to be budget restorations, and that I kind of like the patina look on that Ford. That's how it's looked the entire time I've owned it, or the entire time I've known it. My uncle got that back in the 90s and drove it to high school. Did all his farm boy stuff with it and had his fun. He had a V8 in it. It had an inline-six originally. This one, being a 3/4 ton, should have been a V8 truck to begin with. All three of these ones need full powertrains. That Ford, I'm not sure if it's going to get a full restoration or just a basic patina hot rod, maybe kind of rat rod build. This one will get done up a little nicer. Mint green, possibly two-tone it with white, shove a small block in it. That one shed up for a GM small block, so I'll probably shove one in it as well. And that, of course, being a half-ton Suburban, had a GM small block in it as well, so it'll get, it was a 98, so Vortex series engine. And these two will both get older SBCs. If I put this one, the GM motor back in this one, it's still got the inline-six badge on it, which I thought was kind of cool. Find that replacement hood emblem. This one's been sitting without a powertrain for about 30 or so years. This one's engine actually came out right before it was given to me, I believe. I don't think it's been off the road that long. Its wiring looks really good. I don't know why it's got a GMC grill on it. It's on these 60s trucks, I actually like the Chevy grill better. I thought it was a sexier look for these. This, thankfully, still has the Ford grill, but like on these 90s trucks, I just think the GMC grill is a cleaner look than the Chevy grill. That's a nice grill on that one. You don't see that clean in my area too much. And that one's all busted up, but it's to me it just looks better. It's a sleeker look. These two, planning on putting that one and the Beetle in one bay of the shop. That one will go in the other bay unless I'll measure it out, see if these two will fit in the same bay, and the Beetle go in the other one. Because I'd like to still be able to get at least like the GMC or the Corolla in to be able to do their maintenance and stuff like that. And I do the oil changes and stuff like that on my sister's cars and my mom's cars, and get that Beetle all done up in its two-tone pink and white. This one, if I do it, it was originally baby blue. That one I'm not too sure. I think it was white with an ochre green, or just white. A little bit of ochre green. You can kind of see under that rust, but not a lot of it. And if you open the doors, you saw they were kind of the burgundy color in the door jambs. Somebody was intending on working on that truck. But it'll get the mint green. I kind of like the look of the mint green two-tone with white. Do the white roof and the beds, the sides in between the body lines white. Just looks better. It's just a clean, sleek look to me. Classy look. Old farm truck. This one, if I do decide to go ahead and do all the sheet metal work on it, and because it's, I mean, it's rough. It's solid, but it's rough. That Chevy's in better shape, realistically. There's how long this one sat in a swamp. But if I do a full restoration on this one, it'll it was originally a baby blue, the Ford baby blue from 1962. And then inside the cab, you can kind of see a little bit of it still. You can see a little bit of it right there, kind of. But like all this, that's the original color. It's faded out, but that's all original paint to the truck. And these floor pans, they look rusty, but they're solid. I'll wire wheel that out. That's all solid. That's just surface rust. I'll wire wheel that out when I and probably a skin coat of something to seal that back up when I get it in the shop. That'll be, because I'll start body work on both of these and the Beetle before I do much else, just to get it out of the way. I feel like I'm making lots of progress on something that's probably going to be a slow build. But if I do a full restoration on this one like I do with the Chevy, then it'll get that blue, maybe two-toned with white. I don't know. I actually don't believe this one ever was two-tone, but they do kind of look a little sleek with a two-tone look on them. These doors, they were sitting for so long in one place, never being open, that the hinges were seized on them, basically. You had to like walk it out to open it. But they open and close pretty good now. I figure out that fender, I think the bottom bolts are gone, but that bottom corner of that fender might be rotten because it's loose. But if this one doesn't get a full restoration, then I'll do some, I've got a buddy that'll do some pinstriping up here, like on the hood. And down the sides, he'll kind of contour the body lines a little bit. I've talked to him a few times about that. That one, regardless of whether it gets paint or not, is probably going to get some pinstriping. I've wanted that body style of Chevy truck since I was a little kid. I've wanted this particular Ford since I was a little kid. So that one might get some pinstriping. This one will definitely get some pinstriping no matter what. And the Beetle is going to get some interior pinstriping just to kind of shore things up. And the Suburban, it'll kind of just get an engine, transmission, fix that where the torsion bar cross member was cut. Luckily, that's a removable part on those OBS trucks. And then go from there. I'm just glad all the glass is intact on these 260s trucks. Throw that in there because this where I'm going to need that. I have no idea where my can of lithium grease went, but because I've got a couple of, got the spare hood for the Chevy in here. The bumper for the Ford is in the bed underneath that hood. I'm going to spare deck lid for the Beetle in there. And the Chevy hood's in here. It needs a little bit of tinkering right here in this particular region. Because this is all full of junk. Bad radiator, canopy that doesn't fit anything. But it's solid. There's no rust in that one. I mean, the tailgate's messed up. Driver door's messed up, but I mean, realistically, it's solid. That Dodge way over there, that's getting gone. I'm never doing anything with that truck. That one's gonna go. Sick of seeing it. these two, a lot of these cars back here are going to get gone because I'm never going to do anything with them. But these two being that I've wanted these two since I was a child, and then they both get given to me. This one was passed down to me by my uncle, who ultimately decided he was never going to do anything with it. He drove it in high school in the 90s. It was last tagged in 1994. But he ultimately decided he was never going to do anything with it. Gave it to me because he got tired of seeing it rot. Unfortunately, I had to stick it in the field behind the shop so that I could get the shop ready to put it in. That one was donated to me by an old buddy of mine to use as a shop truck once it's done, because the GMC is a little light, being a heavy half instead of a true 3/4 ton. That one's a true 3/4 ton. It'll pull a flatbed car trailer better. This one will make a nice hot rod. Whether I clean it up or not, it'll make a nice hot rod. It's already been posi swapped. My uncle put a posi in it when he was in high school because he sheared all the wheel studs off, and his buddy had one laying in a farm field. And these are both old farm trucks. I like the fact that they're both old farm trucks. They fit well together. They're both 60s trucks. And they both need a lot of work, but I'm not going to go for $100,000 restorations on these. They're going to get glorified tractor paint, probably. I'll do decent paint jobs on them. Do like a vice grip garage style 50 by 50, get them looking decent, and drive them. They're not going to be car show dedicated cars. I'm not going to build them so that I'm going to be scared to drive them. That one's going to get work. It's going to haul loads. This one might be used on occasion to go get car parts and stuff like that, but it'll get driven. And then that, not too sure what's going to happen with that one. It's in good shape, but I don't really care too much about that. That's something that I wanted. I bought it for dirt cheap because it was going to go to scrap, and it was just too nice to go to scrap, especially since it had a title. Got a title for that. Got a title for that. Ignore that red piece of junk over there. That's too new and in my neighbor's yard. That belongs to one of my neighbors. This will get, for the most part, retired to standard operation of a little pickup. I drive it every day. It's my reliable old truck, and it does fantastic. It brought the Ford home. Unfortunately, I did not have a car trailer big enough to haul the Chevy, so it was delivered to me. Thankfully, my buddy that donated it to me delivered it to me. I will be forever thankful for that. I will be forever thankful for this Ford because it's been in my family forever, and it's a good, cool old truck. And maybe one day I'll be able to take them both to a car show, and I'll use that one to pull a trailer to haul that one. And if I get a big enough trailer, I can use that one to haul that one and the Beetle. The Beetle's getting built for my girlfriend. It's her dream car. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't touch a Volkswagen, to be honest with you. Not my taste. I like these. Trucks are my thing. The Corolla was let's have fun with it, do whatever the hell we want. These are my taste.